Hey everybody, it's your girl Lisa, y'all, and today I'm gonna give y'all a story time about how I became agoraphobic. If you don't know what agoraphobia is, let me tell you. Agoraphobia is a fear of leaving the house, and it is way intense, way more intense than it sounds. Let me read y'all the definition. Agoraphobia, fear places and situations that might cause panic, helplessness, or embarrassment. Agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder that often develops after one or more panic attacks. So let me know, like you need details, y'all. Agoraphobia is not leaving the house. Agoraphobia can be, when I say not leaving the house, I mean not even stepping outside. I'm talking about you faint because you have to go outside. You faint because you see outside. You faint because you got to go out your room. It has levels to it, okay? So what I'm about to tell y'all is when it all started. When it all started for me, I was completely homebound. Okay, it all started just me not wanting to leave my room. Okay, I got through that though. And then it started me not wanting to go outside ever. I did not want to go outside. I didn't want to look outside. It made me scared. It made me panic. I passed out multiple times from not knowing what I have and still going through with it. And it was just like that. Other people though, like I said, they can't even leave their bedrooms. They can't leave a certain area. Like it is terrible, y'all. When I say you literally pass out or you literally feel like you're gonna faint, like it's the scariest feeling, and it can't make sense unless you go through it. I know a lot of people that have like looked at me and was like, they judged me or thought I was lying or thought, it was not a big deal or whatever the case is. But it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. It has ruined my life, but I am doing better. But let's just get into this story. So I just want to put a trigger warning. Okay, this story, it could trigger a lot of people that ever went through SA or the R word, anything like that. This story is super traumatic, and I'm finally ready to talk about it after years, a lot of years. And I just want to thank y'all because I've been posting my story times on here, and y'all have been more than supportive. So I want to thank y'all, and y'all made me feel strong enough to talk about this finally. Like I've never been able to talk about it ever, ever, ever. Only one of my friends know exactly what happened to me, and my mom. Okay, and the partner that I'm with now. Those are the only three people that know. And I'm just so ready to talk about it. Okay, anyways, let's get into it. All right, y'all. So I was about 18 years old. I had just came back from North Carolina back to Nebraska because if y'all seen my other story times, y'all know I ran away to go become a dancer, okay? Anyways, let's fast forward. I come back to Omaha, Nebraska, and I start dancing, of course. I started getting real good and, making a lot of money. I started making a lot of money. So that was my job. That was my job. And um, I just loved it. I loved the fast money. I loved everything in it. I loved dancing. I loved what we could do and everything like that. So yeah, I was dancing. So this particular week I was dancing though, there was a strange dude, and I've dealt with strange people before, in the clubs and stuff. But this man, he was really different. He was watching me. Like, I've had a lot of people watch me like, I'm not ugly. No, this ain't that. I had a lot of people watch me. So it wasn't like a big red flag. Okay. So if you're a dancer and somebody's watching you, what does that tell you? That tells you, okay, this person is into me. He want to spend some money, right? That's what I think. So at this time, and just overall, y'all, I've never been like the dancer to walk up to somebody and ask them, do you want to dance? No. I always wait for them to come to me. And 9 times out of 10, no, 10 times out of 10, that always happens. This was weird because that didn't happen. I made sure I purposely sat by myself, purposely told other men that wanted, whatever, to, talk. They didn't want to spend money. They just wanted to talk. I told them I was waiting for somebody to purposely let him know I'm here by myself. You can come over here and ask me for a dance because you've been eyeballing me all night. Y'all, when I tell y'all, he did not come over there and want to dance for me. Okay. You know what? Maybe you don't got the funds and you like what you see, but I'm not talking to you. Whatever. So then I seen, y'all, he had like $500 on his table at once. $500. I was like, okay. And this was after the fact. Like, this, like, was later on in the night. He was just sitting in one spot. He didn't have nothing. And then he had $500 in once on his hip. I'm like, okay, maybe he's waiting for me to go on stage, or waiting for somebody to go on stage. Maybe he's waiting for company. Maybe his friends are on the way. I don't know. This is what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking too hard. I'm making my money, moving throughout the club, doing dances. Okay. So I watched him a little bit just to see, like, what are your intentions? You got $500 and you think you're not about to give that to me? This is what I'm thinking. Because when you're in the club, you're there to make money. I'm not there to talk. I'm not there to make friends. Please, please, y'all don't ignore her. I'm not there to do nothing but make my money, okay? So I'm like, is this gonna be the day I walk up to somebody and be like, do you want to dance? No, it's not. I didn't have that courage, and I still don't have that courage. I still won't do it. But anyway, as I was watching him, I noticed, y'all, he didn't tip nobody. Not one person. So I was last on the list this night to go up. So that means it takes about maybe 2 hours to get to back to me. Okay, before he came in, I had just got off stage. So he didn't see me at the stage, or he wasn't even inside. So it took 2 hours for it to come back to me. This was a real busy night. We had, like, I don't even know how many dancers. We had a lot of dancers though. And so when I went on stage, he still didn't come to the stage and tip. And y'all, I'm saying it like this because when I tell y'all this is not just, I'm like, he's staring me down. Like, he's like following me. Every time I walk, he's following me. That's why I felt like, if I got on the stage, he's gonna come up there. It's not because I'm cocky. It's not because of none of that. It's because his demeanor, and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was watching me. It was actually creepy. And that should have been my red flag, but I'm not even dumb at this time. So anyway, he doesn't do nothing. He doesn't say nothing. He doesn't come to the stage. He's just sitting there with his $500. I'm like, I've never encountered nothing like this because I'm just now getting back to Nebraska. And I just came from North Carolina strip clubs. So they're just very different. I was like, what he got going on? Da, da, da. What is he doing? You know what? I don't care. Back to making my money. All right. So the end of the night comes. This man been there the whole time. The same $500 in ones. Literally until the club closed. So when the club closed, the lights start, like, dimming and turning on. Music stops. And you're either there still because you're in a dance, or you're about to get a dance. No, yeah, or you're about to get a dance. So I'm happy because somebody came in to make my night, and I got a toy show. That might be illegal where you live. I don't know. But I got a toy show, and that's a lot of money. So somebody made my night, and I made a lot of money. So I was cool. I stopped thinking about everything, and I was just ready to go home. Okay, I'm going to go home, do this, do that. Y'all, I come out my dance, and since the club is closed, I didn't put my clothes back on because I'm about to go freshen up and put the clothes, like, I can leave in on, because there's supposed to be nobody here. Y'all, this same man literally is sitting on the thing. I'm like, where's security? And my manager says, Lala, he wants to dance with you. I'm like, were you just, like, I'm thinking this. I didn't say this. I'm like, maybe he was just scared, because some people come into the club scared, don't want that pressure, don't want people looking at them for the dance. And so I tried to be friendly. I'm like, I said something like, I've been waiting on you all night, or something like that. And when I tell y'all, he just looks so, like, angry and like, in all at the same time. It was actually way too uncomfortable for me. He didn't even respond back. And so I said, you know what? Maybe this is not for me. Maybe this, like, I'm not the type you're looking for. Whatever. So I'm walking off. I'm not about to do this dance. And so he paid for like 2 hours. And that's like 300. No, that's like 400 and some dollars. And so I didn't even want to do it because that was too long. It was already 5 o'clock in the morning. And not for $560 or $20, whatever. And y'all, as I'm walking away, he, like, grabbed me like this. And, like, it was hard. He pressed into me. And I said, get off of me. Security got him out. They didn't cuss him out or nothing, though, like they should have. So it was just that little weird interaction. All right. I go in the dressing room, and I'm a little shaken up because I'm like, that's never happened to me. I'm the only girl there at that point. Well, there is another girl in the back, but she's doing a dance, so she didn't see what happened. Only me and one of the securities. So I'm shaking up. I don't really want to talk about it though to, the security. I just want to go home. So whatever, y'all. Um, and it went like normal. Like, I'll get all my stuff. I'll get my bags. I make sure I paid everybody out. The DJ, the managers working that night, and the security guards. Okay. The security guards get my bags and take it to my car and turn my car on for me. So, the night is going like how it normally would. I'm talking to everybody that was still there, all the managers and stuff like that. And I'm just about to go. Okay. Security walks me outside. All right, so I'm sitting in my car for a little bit. I don't know what I was doing, but I was sitting there for like 5 minutes, y'all. And I was just thinking to myself, do you want to go deposit this money or do you want to go straight home? So I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'm about to go deposit this money though. So I went to my little ATM thing and put all my money inside, all my big bills at least, because I was not sitting there for $1 bills. No. So I put all my things in, okay? And I left there. And when I left there, I noticed a car. Now, it's only weird because at this time of day in Omaha, Nebraska, and on the street I was on, there's usually no other cars unless you're leaving the strip club or like the little plaza that's by there. But I'm not thinking nothing of it, y'all. So, okay. There was girls there, there was security guards there, and this night I stayed longer than any other night typically. It was just weird though. Like I don't know. It was just weird. And so I was like, maybe it's the security cars. You never seen their car, you never see the manager's car, so I'm not thinking nothing of it. Y'all, so this car like continues to follow me. Like when I say I started noticing like 5 minutes in. I'm like, okay, no, this car is following me. And so my heart gets I have anxiety, y'all. I already got anxiety. So at this time, I'm not agoraphobic, but I have anxiety. So I'm like, okay, this is weird. This is suspicious. I call the police. Because you're following me now. This is like 10 minutes in. And when I tell you, I'm taking all type of ways to make sure they are following me and that I'm not tweaking. Okay. I called the police. And they was like, are you sure they're following you? I said, my bad. I said, yeah, I'm sure. She was like, okay, take 4 right turns. And if they continue to do that, then they're definitely following you. I take 4 right turns, y'all. And when I tell you, it feels like this person sped up and it made me speed up. Like, this is my car. This is his. And we're going this way, okay? Like, he sped up, so it made me speed. In the midst of all this, y'all, I get pulled over right there on Blondo Street. Y'all don't know where that is. Okay, but y'all got to listen to how I explain this. So I get pulled over. If you're in this situation, you get pulled over. You're going to be thankful, right? Yes, I was thankful. I got off the phone with the police. I didn't need you anymore. Because this woman was already, like, I'm telling her I'm being followed. And she's trying to, like, make sure of it and not really telling me what I need to hear. I'm scared. You need to be helping me, bitch. Like, she's not doing none of that, though. Click, because I'm getting pulled over. I think, in my head, though, I thought she sent this person, the officer, to me. I don't know. So, y'all, here's a gas station. It's called Come and Go. And here's McDonald's. Okay. I get pulled over in front of Come and Go. So I got tint on my car. I got tint on my car. So I guess the officer was mad about that. Anyways, the officer get out the car. And like when I tell y'all, he's mean. He was so mean to me. He like knocks on my door really hard. He didn't use his hand. He used something. Like it was really hard. And I'm just like, he's been following me. Like that's the first thing I say. And he said, license and registration, please. I'm like, okay. I give him all my stuff. And I'm like, anyways, back to the problem. He's been following me for blase, blase, blase. And he was like, how tin are your windows? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I bought the car like this. He was like, what's in your bag? So y'all know what a stripper bag looks like. It is concerning looking because it's a big duffel bag. My duffel bag was huge. I had all my stuff in it. I'm like, what do you mean what's in my bag? I said, I work at the strip club. It's my stripper clothes. And he like judged me for working at the strip club. Like he put me in a category or something. He was like, oh, you work at the strip club. Da, da, da. Well, you were speeding. So now I'm confused. I'm like, wait, did this woman on this phone not send you to me? That's not clicking. And he said, yeah, you were speeding. Why were you speeding? Are you under the influence? I said, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do nothing. I was speeding because this person that I'm trying to tell you about is following me. Oh, and y'all, I forgot the worst part. The person that was following me, he parked in Come and Goes. So I get pulled over here, right by McDonald's. Come and Goes right here. He pulls in Come and Goes parking lot and he parks there. I swear to God, that's why I'm adamant about telling this officer this person is following me. He's over there. So anyways, I'm telling him I sped because this person is following me. He's been at the club since we opened up, watching me all night and followed me. He's been following me everywhere I went. I've been driving for about 14, 15 minutes and he's been following me. I called the police. Y'all, when I tell y'all he did not care, he literally wrote me a ticket and threw it at me. I swear to God. So I'm like, okay, can you escort me home? So my house is not far from there. I live like 5 minutes, no, maybe even 3 minutes away from where we were. And he told me no, and he walked away. Like, I've never had an encounter like that. So at this point, I'm not calling the police back because they didn't like, I was crying, y'all. Like I was so scared. Like I said, I was crying because of my anxiety and because I was scared, but still I was crying. Like I was very serious. I was very passionate. I made it very clear that I felt like I was in danger. The officer threw my ticket at me and literally walked away. Told me he told me he wouldn't escort me home. Walked away, drove off. I was sitting there for a moment. And this is like my first time being pulled over. And so I don't even know, like, do I just drive off? I don't know. But I'm just thinking to myself, you need to just go home. You need to just go home. He's probably in the store or something, not worried. He's probably scared because the police, it's not like the police and him are in cahoots. So this is what I'm telling myself. Okay. So my friend, she lives with me at this time because I don't want to send my kids to daycare and stuff like that. So my friend, she moved in with me to watch my kids while I went to work, and because we were just real cool like that. Y'all, my friend always waits for me to get home. Like, I swear to God, every day, like, she would wait for me to get home, have my clothes ready for me to get in the shower type thing, because, I was always tired, and just to hear about my day, and so we can chat, and so she can tell me about the kids. We did talk while I was at work, but, she just always waited for me to get home no matter how late it was. Like, I've been home real late. This was the latest, but the latest by maybe a couple minutes, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, why was this the only time she went to sleep on me? And so she was always making sure the door was open for me and stuff like that. I had a key, but how my apartment was set up, you have to walk all the way around from where I parked at. You have to walk all the way around up the stairs and get through like 3 doors. So I didn't like doing that because of where my parking spot was. So I went through my patio. Okay, y'all. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm calling her while I'm sitting there, not knowing if I should just pull off or not. The cop already left. The dude, I don't know where. I just see the car. I don't even know if he's in the car, out the car, in the store. I'm blowing my friend up, blowing my friend up, blowing my friend up. She not answering, y'all. I'm like, don't do this right now. Don't do this. I'm 3 minutes from the house, maybe even 2. I'm a couple minutes from the house. Like, it's right there. Don't do this to me. I'm blowing her up. I'm calling her. I called her maybe like 20 times, okay? I texted her, and I called my mom, but nobody answered, okay? My mom, she doesn't live with me, but it's just an instinct to call your mother. Okay, y'all, so, this is like the worst part. I pull off. As soon as I pull off, sure enough, he pulls off. So he was still in that car. He pulls off, and I'm just trying to book it home, okay? I don't know why I would go home. I truly don't know. It was because it was right there, and I just knew my friend wasn't asleep. I just knew she was just doing something and wasn't by the phone because, she moved around a lot. My kids is there, and I have a little baby at this time. Not a little baby, but a 1-year-old, like, I don't know. It just made sense that she was still awake because you know what I'm saying? So I got so much faith. I'm about to run and bang on the door on my little patio thing. I'm about. Okay, so that was my plan. Y'all, so I pull up to my house and he's like right behind me. And uh so as I pull up, he didn't even park his car. Like he had all intentions to do what I'm about to tell y'all. He didn't park his car because how fast I was going. Like I don't even know. I put my car in neutral, y'all. I put my car in neutral, didn't even put it in park. I don't even know how that happened. I get out my car and I start running. When I tell y'all, this man grabs me up, shoves me in his car. He put something on my face. He put something on my face, and he put like these clear, they're not handcuffs, but like I could not like get out of them, and they were just on my arms. And uh um he had me in the back of his car, and he he R-worded me, y'all. I've never I've never been in that type of pain in my life, because he R-worded me everywhere he could. Um, and I wasn't doing stuff with males, or just, it just hurt, period. It didn't matter if I was or wasn't. It was a lot of force. Um, he tried to hit me to knock me out because I kept fighting, kept kicking, because the only thing I had was my legs. Um, and I just remember he hit me really, really hard, and I must have like dazed. Like I was dazed. I don't even know if I went to sleep. I don't know if I don't know what happened. I don't know how much time passed by. And I just remember like trying to scream, and there was something in my mouth, like a ball or a claw. I don't even know. And when I tried to scream, it was just muffled, like nobody could hear me. I remember like just looking out the window, just hoping for it to all be over. Like I was just literally gazing. It's starting to get like daylight, but it's not daylight yet. I'm just looking outside the window, and all I remember is just seeing the skyline, wishing all of it would be over. And he hit me again because after, like, I don't know. I kept trying to fight. Like I would lose my breath and I would stop for a second, and I would keep fighting. Like I was about to pass out. I did pass out. Well, I don't even know. I'm so traumatized. I don't remember if I fully passed out, or if I just like got dazed. Okay. He did what he did. And he literally threw me out the car. Oh my God. He like literally threw me out the car. And y'all, in this whole time, I find like he did not talk at the club or anything like that. And as we're in the car, he's mad, and I think he's telling me not to fight him. I don't even remember everything he said, but all I know is this was a Russian man. And it was the scariest moment of my life I think I've ever been through. I've been through a lot of stuff, y'all. I've been through so much, but this one, um, so uh he threw me out the car, and he threw some other stuff out the car. I don't remember what he threw out the car. And I was laying there. Y'all, I still had these things on me. I don't even know. Like they were like handcuffs, I swear to God. And he took the thing from my face, and but whatever that was in my mouth was still in my mouth, because I couldn't like spit it out, and I couldn't get my hands to reach up there. Like my hands was like stuck like this. And I remember just crying and screaming, trying to get up. And I don't know, I didn't know what he was about to do. Like I said, so here's like I parked, and he didn't even park in a parking spot. He like came behind me. So I don't know what's about to happen. Like he threw me out his car, and he goes back to his car, but he didn't go to the driver's side. So I didn't know. I thought he was about to get something uh to take me out, because he went to his trunk. He didn't, and he just sped off. So I'm trying to get up. I get up, and I'm trying to like run. Like everything is hurting so bad, but I have so much adrenaline. I thought, but it was still hurting. Like you can know it's pain if the adrenaline is not taking the pain away. And I had a lot of adrenaline, y'all. I was fighting there. I don't even know how long it was, but I was fighting there for a while. And so I remember I was like walking, limping up to the thing, and there was like a whole thing of rocks right there. And I like did this to the thing, and it just came right off. It was like something plastic, but it was really, I couldn't get out of it, y'all. When I tell y'all, I fought for my life, like, and I just could not get out of it. And so I go banging on my door, and my friend, she opened up the door. She asked me, what's wrong? What's wrong, Lisa? Da da da. And y'all, I'm in like complete tears. I can't talk to her. I can't say nothing to her. I just can't do nothing. So I'm like, I told her, I said, I just want to go. I just want to go. And then I finally told her what happened. And I called my mom. And I was so scared to call the police, y'all. So I called my mom and my auntie, and they was together. And I told them what happened. And I didn't tell them fully what happened yet because I couldn't get to it before they already started making, moves. I told them somebody was following me. I got pulled over and the police officer didn't do nothing. They stopped me right there, and they wanted the police officer. They made me send them all the stuff because they said he should have. So then I finally got to the part, and my mom called the police, went to the court, and went down to the courthouse to figure out what we needed to do. They told me I had to, like, explain what he looked like. They pulled cameras from the club to try to find this man. And they found his license plate number, and he was definitely Russian. They said he was here for business and that they were still looking for him. All at this time too, y'all. I had to go to the hospital. They did a kit on me, but they didn't want to do it all the way because they said it was severely traumatized. And they did a DNA swab. They did a whole bunch of stuff, and it's so traumatizing. And yeah, y'all. Oh God. After that, the club was willing, and they definitely gave them all the footage, and they never found him. Never found him. They never even put a name on him. They couldn't give me a name. Every time I called them, they just never gave me a name. They said we have a visual of this person, but we can't tell you the name because of X, Y, and Z. I'm like, if y'all know this person, y'all know the name, y'all need to go get this person and get the DNA. I did a swab. They swabbed me. They did the whole kit on me. Why isn't things moving? Um, and yeah, y'all. So I was fighting with that for a while, and I actually gave up a little bit. So, because life started lifing. It started getting real. Um, I tried to keep going back to work, after this. So my work moved locations. So I'm like, okay, this will make it better. We in a whole new location. And it's way better. We moved further out west. We was on 72nd, and then we moved to 120. So I was like, okay. And mind you, I didn't go right back to work. It took some time for me to go back to work. It took like 2 weeks. So I go back to work, and y'all, when I'm at work, when I tell y'all I'm sitting there, I'm in a good mood, whatever, for the time being. And I start getting dizzy out of nowhere, y'all. I thought I was about to fall out my seat. So I was drinking a Gatorade, and I genuinely thought somebody put something in my drink with how weird I felt. And y'all, my brain did that to me. My brain made me feel this way. My brain made me feel induced by something, induced by a drug. I swear to God, it's so crazy what the brain can do. So I was convinced somebody put something in my drink. I felt weird, y'all. I'm not a drinker at this time. I'm not a smoker at all. I don't do any extracurricular. So I go to my boss, and I'm like, I feel weird. I feel funny. Da da da. He says, okay, maybe you start going to the bathroom, put some water on your face, whatever. Y'all, I'm not knowing, but I'm experiencing a panic attack. I didn't know what that was. I'm in the bathroom, I'm crying my eyes out. My makeup's all messed up. Because I'm trying to do anything to feel better. Y'all, I genuinely wanted to call the ambulance, okay? It took maybe an hour and a half for me to start feeling normal again. Like, I start getting numb. My lips start getting numb. Everything was blurry. I felt lightheaded. I was like Even like doing this, I was numb. Like touching my body, I was numb. I genuinely thought something was wrong. Okay. I couldn't drive. Like I was gonna go home, but I could not drive. I didn't feel safe enough to get in the Uber. I didn't have nobody to come pick me up. So I'm going through it. Okay, about an hour and a half passed, and okay, I started to feel normal again. And I'm just like, what did I just go through? Like, okay, you know what? It's done though, and it didn't happen again that night. Okay, so when I finally am able to drive, I went home. I didn't stay. So I went home. I didn't think too much of it though. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you're sleep deprived because I was having trouble sleeping. Okay. So after that, it happened again like 3 more times. And it was so intense. Intense each time. Okay. No, there's something wrong. So y'all, I was looking up stuff. And it said, you should go to the doctor if you're feeling this, and that. Um, After that, y'all, I went to the hospital. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here traumatized. I went to the hospital because I was very like sure that I had a thyroid problem because it sounded like anxiety, and it said it could be caused from thyroidism. So I go to the hospital. I'm like, can y'all check my thyroid because I'm having panic attacks, and Google told me this. So I get my thyroid checked. Everything's fine. I'm like, and the doctor was just letting me know anxiety is normal and it can be induced by anything, okay? So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm older now. Maybe this is what's going on. Because y'all, I'm like fresh, 17, 18. And like, I'm just thinking to myself, this is what happens when you're a grown adult. I'm just going through some type of change. Okay. Swept it under the rug. One day, and I kept having panic attacks, but I was just like, this is the worst, but I know what it is now. Okay, one day, y'all, I was driving and I completely lost control because of my panic. I couldn't drive. I was dizzy and it was a green light. There were so many cars. I was normal driving, and then all of a sudden it felt like echoes around the whole world. It felt like I was blurry. It felt like I couldn't move, and I was moving. So I was putting people in danger and myself. And after that scare, I stopped leaving the house. I stopped going outside. I didn't realize it, but I stopped going because I'm like, I don't want to have a panic attack outside. That's all I kept saying to myself. I don't want to freak out outside. I don't want to put anybody in danger. I don't want to put myself in danger. And even when beginning in the car with somebody, I still felt in danger for whatever reason. So y'all, I slowly but surely started staying in the house. So it started real small. And then I just always find an excuse on why I didn't have to leave. There's DoorDash now. There's this now. There's this now. Oh, I don't need to do this. My son's not in school yet. And till one day, my best friend was like, come on, let's go to Mega Saver. And I'm like, man, it's right there. It's right there by Come and Go in McDonald's. It's across the street. So it's real close to mine. So I'm like, okay, let's go. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I like looked outside and I like felt fear. Like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And I run back in the house. Well, I didn't even go outside the house, but I run back in my room. Like, I don't want to go. She's like, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know, but I'm terrified of leaving. That's what it is. That's what I realized. So I'm terrified of leaving the house. I don't want to leave the house. I always think something bad is going to happen to me. So after that, I'm like trying to deal with it myself. And I didn't do Google work on that because like, that sounds crazy. That don't sound like a condition. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound like like there's science behind it or anything like that. It just sounds like I'm crazy is what I thought to myself. So I'm like, now I got to figure this out. Y'all, when I tell y'all I kept trying, it got worse every time. Like, it ruined me in, like, relationships with people type stuff. But anyway, I finally was like, no, I need to go to my doctor, not a hospital. So, but I requested, like, it's called a telehealth. It's when you have a doctor visit over, the phone. So I did that, and she did some research, and then she got back to me. She was like, yeah, you're agoraphobic. Has anything traumatizing happened to you? And I told her. And that's when they ruled me as being agoraphobia and put in my charts and stuff. So I'm like, what do I do from here? They said exposure therapy. Exposure therapy is the only thing that can help agoraphobia. There is medication you can take that can help you. I'm not a person that like medication. I'm not a person that like feeling weird because of medication. I was on medication since I was 7 for like ADHD and bipolar. And that was much for me. I was on Adderall, y'all, and it made me feel like a zombie. It made me feel like I was just here. Everybody always thought I was mad, and like, I just had resting bitch face real bad. And I don't know, I did get like all my schoolwork done and stuff like that, but I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. So that is what I know. So I wanted to stay away from medication. I was scared to take it. I actually got it prescribed and didn't take it for years. For years. I'm still not taking what I need to be taking because I'm terrified of it. But anyways, long story short, y'all, since I didn't take the medication, I've been living with agoraphobia for years. So at the time I was about 17, 18. I did not leave the house until like 2 years after that. And I had to move. I had to move. And I didn't move far. I moved like 10 minutes from where I lived, and it was the worst experience of my life. I literally cried, and like it was just terrible. On the way to me getting my keys, like I just wanted to go back to my apartment. It was what I was used to. I wanted to go back there. I didn't care if I just genuinely didn't know how I was gonna get through this. So after that, I got to my house, stayed there for a while, had to move again. Same thing, same experience. It was just it was getting worse over the years though. It was like so bad. Like so I was fainting now. Like I was passing out. Got to my house. Okay. Had to move again because I needed a bigger house. Moved to that house and it got worse there. And I just was dealing with it for 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm 24 now, and I just started leaving my house. I just started going outside. So 7 years I've been agoraphobic, housebound agoraphobic. And in the process of that, y'all, I know this is going to sound crazy, but so there was a time where I had something wrong. And I didn't know it was something wrong. I didn't know it was serious. I did take care of myself way better because I was agoraphobic. I didn't want to go to the hospital. I didn't want to go nowhere. There was something wrong, and it was a UTI. I never had a UTI. I never had one, so I didn't know what was going on with me. And I did not have one of the biggest side effects, and that's the pain during using the bathroom. I didn't have that, so I didn't think it was that. Like when I looked it up, it never said that. It just said, you can have a fever. So I had a fever, and I just thought I was sick and everything like that, right? I'm like, no, I just need to take some medicine. Out of nowhere, y'all, I'm like going through it for like 3 days, and my kidneys start hurting. Like, I don't know it's kidney pain. I'm like, my back hurts. I never had back pain. Like, my back hurts. So I'm looking it up, and I'm telling my mom, she said, you need to like stand up and do like this with your heels and see if it hurts back there. I did it, and it did, and she said, no, you need to go to the hospital. It's your kidneys. That's some serious. I don't know how I'm gonna get to the hospital. And what's wrong with my kidneys? So I'm freaking out all around. But like I'm still fighting not to go to the hospital, y'all. The anxiety does this to you. Agoraphobia does this to you. Even if you're in danger, like this is why I like really, if you have agoraphobia, if you're out there, please just try to get some help because y'all, I put my life in danger multiple times. There was times I wasn't able to show up for my kids for, school stuff, for sports, and it ruined my life. So anyway, um, my mom was like, no. She forced me to go to the hospital. Okay, and it was a fight. When I tell you I was fighting with my mom to get to the hospital, who does that? She's like, I need this help. And this is how bad agoraphobia is, y'all. Like I was so scared. Like this is the most fear, the most fear of fear that you can feel. So she gets me in a car and she takes me to the hospital. I'm passing out the whole time. We get to the hospital. I'm freaking out, passing out, freaking out, passing out, freaking out, passing out. So they give me medicine. I may have chilled out. I don't remember much. And it was like, yeah, I'm glad you came in because this was almost septic. I was just like, I don't know what that means, da da da. And it was like, you just need to be lucky that your mom made you come today because, this could have ended really bad because my white blood count and my kidneys were like just going downhill all because of a UTI that I did not know I had. So they gave me medication and they gave me medication for my anxiety as well. And I did not like it. I didn't like it. So they also prescribed me hydroxyzine. And they wanted me to take it before I went home on the car ride home because how bad I was freaking out, but it did not help. I was still freaking out, still passing out. Got home and I literally told myself I'm never leaving the house again. Long story short, y'all, I've been dealing with this because of what happened to me. I'm convinced that that is the trauma and like I think that's why I'm agoraphobic. Now, I've been through a lot of stuff, a lot. Like, if y'all see my other story times and stuff like that, I've been through a lot of stuff, y'all. And throughout these years, these recent years, I've been, like, it's been trying to pull me back in. I've been fighting against it, y'all. I'm going to do another story time about, y'all, the first time I left the house again. I went back to the club. Like, I got my life back. Y'all, a dude came up to my car and tried to hit me and force me into my car. And then he did it all on video. So it's just crazy, y'all. Oh my God. This is like, my life is crazy. I don't know why I go through these things, but yeah, later on that happened. And it's been trying to keep me back in the house. Thank God though, I'm stronger now. So I squared up with this man. I don't know why. And I ran, y'all. I ran the house. I grabbed the blick, called the police. And I'm gonna post that video, y'all, because this is on full footage on, like, it's so crazy what he did to me, how he pushed me in the car, me running, me grabbing the blick, everything is in the video. And I'm thankful for that because, like, y'all, like, what if something like, we're gonna get into that a whole different time. But y'all, I am still fighting through it. It is still a struggle. I do not leave every day, but I do leave. I'm now currently pregnant with twins, and I know, like, I would never put my kids in danger. Now, that's one thing about it. I'm going to go to the doctor to get my baby checked up on. Me leaving consistently, and because I'm pregnant with twins, I have more appointments. It has helped me get through agoraphobia. Y'all, I went on a movie date with my woman. Like, I've been doing normal stuff. I went from never leaving. Y'all, I never left. Like, when I tell you I didn't go outside, I didn't even go sit in my car, I didn't do nothing. To where I'm at now, it's a huge change for me. I still got a long way to go. And yeah, y'all, so that is the story time of how I became agoraphobic. I also would like to know if there's anybody out there agoraphobic, because I don't know anybody like me. I don't know anybody that's agoraphobic at all. If you're out there though,